Hello everyone, Alan HD here, and welcome to episode 2 of my Formation Mania series where I review formations, I talk about them, and I make a pretty sick squad builder, well at least I try to, in every single video. And speaking of squad builder, let's get things started here with our goalkeeper, Paulo Lopez. He is Portuguese, plays for Benfica. He's a pretty solid keeper for being a silver keeper. He makes some key saves and I have no complaints about him. But for our right wing back, we have Nelson. He is also Portuguese, and his 89 pace is amazing for a right back. He's always bombing up and down the pitch like a real right back should be doing. But our first center back is Manuel da Costa, and he is like a silver Pepe in my opinion. He's 6'3", he's great in the air, and he's pretty strong. But our next center back is Vasco Fernando, and he's a pretty alright center back. He's got 75 pace, 74 heading, and the fact that he's 5'11 kind of ruins him for me. But if you thought 5'11 was short for a center back, check out this guy Fuentes. He has 80 pace, but you see there he is only 5'7", which is miniature for a center back, in my opinion. You have got to be at least 6 foot, 6'1" to be a pretty decent center back, in FIFA at least. But our first left back here coming up is also in the Mexican League. He is Velarde, and 85 pace, again, nice pace for a left back, always bombing up and down with those work rates. Our first center mid is Valdez, also plays for the Mexican League, has that good chemistry link up with Valdez and Velarde, and he's a pretty good center mid. He's a holding center mid because of his medium work rates. And another center mid with medium work rates right here is Andre Martins, and I prefer him over Valdez. He has a little bit more pace, his shot is nicer, and he has better passing attributes. But here our left forward, my favorite player in this squad, is Bravo. His 94 pace is absolutely ridiculous. In addition, he has those 4-star skill moves. He's only 5'6", but he is pretty strong. For some reason, he pushes players off the ball pretty easily. And our right forward here is Iturbe, and he, for me, is a clinical finisher, a much better finisher than Bravo. If you get him in front of goal, he will score 9 times out of 10. And speaking of clinical finishers, here we have Gonzalez, our striker. He's always getting into amazing positions, and he has an amazing shot. But the fact that he's 2-star skills kind of ruins him for me, because I feel like strikers should have 3 at the minimum and 4 to 5 to be ideal. But the price for this squad was 29,100, so a very cheap squad. 70,900 coins under our 100,000 cap for this series. So you could essentially build 3 of these teams with our 100,000 coin budget. But getting into the formation here a little bit, the 5-2-2-1 is a much better attacking formation than the 5-3-2 was. And the reason I say that is because of the left forwards and right forwards. They're always bombing up the pitch, especially for counterattacks. I find counterattacking is a lot easier in this formation than it was in the 5-3-2, because you only had 2 strikers up there, and I believe both of my strikers had medium attacking work rates, which is kind of a bummer for me. But I'm happy with this formation. Again, it's a 5-back formation, so it's a little noob friendly. You might get seen as a noob or whatever, but you gotta do what you want to do, and don't let anybody tell you about anything about it. And the formation overall, I'd give it, if I was rating it out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6, because I'm a more experienced player and I don't really need a 5-back formation to play the game efficiently. I could get away with the 3-back formation easily, but this isn't to talk about me, it's to talk about the formation. So I find that the midfield is pretty weak, considering that there's only two center midfielders, but I was very fortunate enough that both of my center midfielders have the same attacking and defensive work rates, which are medium, and that makes them essentially holding midfielders, so they kind of stay in the midfield. They don't get too far up the pitch or too low into defense, which is always a great thing to have when you only have two midfielders. But this team I want to talk about a little bit is absolutely amazing for me. I've crushed teams that are worth up into the millions, like 3-1, like 5-0, just ridiculous results. And I mean, I think it's due to the pace at the top and my left and right forward always getting up the pitch and getting open. And they're all pretty much just clinical finishers. You see a bunch of nice goals here, chips, volleys, nice crosses into the box, and a great example right there from Gonzalez. First touch shot puts it into the corner with a low shot. Always will beat the keeper on that. And I haven't seen a shot like that from a first touch in any of my squads that I've played with, and I was surprised I saw it from a silver squad. But it was an amazing, amazing goal, and I'd really recommend this team considering how cheap it is and how effective it is. If you want to win games, this is your team for it. It's so cheap. Pretty much anyone that's been playing Ultimate Team for a little bit can afford it. But we're getting into the pros and cons here. Some pros are it's very beginner friendly. There's a better attack force compared to the 5-3-2. There's a bigger margin of error in this formation as well. The right and left forward are great for attacking and counterattacking. Some cons are things can get too clogged when you're counterattacking. There might be too many people up the pitch and you just can't get a pass off. Again, you might get looked at as a noob, and there's only two midfielders, which could cause a problem. In this specific squad, it didn't really cause me that much of a problem, but in other squads it could, depending on your midfielders. But that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. If you like this series and want to see more of it, please like, subscribe, comment. Any of your feedback is appreciated. I'll see you guys later. Thank you and peace.